Hi, everybody. You are very welcome to my new course, a new training dedicated to learning Next.js, which is very prospective and modern solution for development of full stack web applications. Actually, this course will include two parts, and the first part will be based on the official adapted training from Versal and Next.js, and the second part covering more specific and advanced topics of using Next.js in various applications and combinations. So let's go. So to whom it may be useful, obviously for the next JS adepts and fans wishing to follow modern trends in full stack web applications development. I would propose this below magic formula, which shows you that Next.js is something greater or equal React.js and Node.js combination. React.js for front end traditionally and Node.js for backend. Okay, so what about the Next.js? What's the essence of the Next.js? And let's discuss the key benefits. That's just my subjective opinion. Of course, it's not the full list, but it highlights the capabilities and features that impressed me to the greatest extent. Okay, all in one. Both front-end and back-end comprise a full-stack Next.js applications. Okay, then we are moving away from the React.js monolithic architecture. There are default server components and there are client components which executed in the browser. Static and dynamic rendering mechanisms are implemented, and all that gives one an advantage in terms of SEO website promotion. Okay, well-defined intuitive structure of site pages based on server folder structure. That's very impressive. Also, we are dealing with well-developed authentication and authorization mechanisms using Next.js package supplied by Next.js. Advanced error handling and data validation methods are also very useful. Server actions. I like this point. Secure methods of interaction between client and server components using a hidden post request for create, update, delete database operations instead of using traditional API endpoints, which of course you can use, but for such sensitive operations like CUD, these server actions are highly promising and very secure and protected and reliable, I would say. Okay, Next.js provides a wide range of connectors to a database of various types and nature. And finally, last but not least, inherited features and capabilities of JavaScript, TypeScript, React.js, Node.js, Axios, etc., are also present and can be used to the full extent. Okay, as I told you previously, the present training is two-part, basically. First, we will talking about Next.js basics in 17 lectures, and then we will discuss key advanced topics. The first part is based on an adapted version of the official course. Okay. You can open it and use this link to see what's there. When I'm saying adopted, this mainly concerning, mainly pertaining to the database connection, because an official version recommends using a Versal Postgres package, which is a bit restricted and I decided and difficult to implement somehow. So I decided to use standard PG package to as a connector to the Postgres, to the local Postgres database, and I would say I'm pretty happy about it and happy to present it to you. Okay, the second part is dedicated to more advanced topics like, but of course not restricted to just this, just a preliminary list. Localization of Next.js apps to different languages, styling Next.js apps with material design, because it's very useful and very, I would say, very unified and a good approach, styling. Connecting Next.js apps to various databases like MySQL, Prisma, etc. Uploading Next.js apps to a host web server and or GitHub or GitLab. That you would be able to know the basics of how to put your lovely application into production. Also, we will probably talk about using Clerk package for easy to use authentication using Google and many other ways. Okay. So this time, let me review the part one and next JavaScript, Next.js basics. These 17 topics. First, we have Next.js at a first glance, hello world, and all of that stuff. Then we'll talk about standard variants of styling Next.js apps. I mentioned already that there are lots of variants of styling, but there is some classic CSS styling which we will follow the official training. Then we will talk about optimizing fonts and images using standard Next.js tools and methods. Then we will create layouts and pages files within a server folder structure to understand the hierarchy and the Next.js folder-based approach. Then we will understand how to move between Next.js pages. After that, we will configure a local Postgres database we will work with. Then we will retrieve data from the local Postgres database using PG, as I said, instead of Versal Postgres as officially recommended, because of some problems with implementing this Versal Postgres first, and secondly, because the recommended official training uses a cloud version of the Postgres. Then we will discuss a static and dynamic rendering approach. We learn the basic principles of it. When discussing streaming, we will be talking about the dynamic loading of components with loadings, files, suspends, and skeletons of standard Next.js package. Then we will touch the discussion of the prospective approach of partial pre-rendering of slow components, which is experimental feature. I hope this will work. Then we make implementation of data search and pagination, which means page by page data output of big data, of big amount of data. Then we will come to server actions for create, update, delete, and DB records in a protected mode, secure mode. Which means actually calling server-side functions or server actions from a client component via a hidden secure post request instead of ordinary REST API calls. Then we will talk about error handling with NextJS tools or traditional ordinary try-catch block. Then we will improve accessibility. We will know how to make the client interface more user-friendly and how to validate user inputs in user forms and client components. Then we will add authentication by implementing user authentication using Next.js package middleware and the use action state hook from React.js. Then metadata is coming onto the scene. We will configure metadata with Next.js methods that is rather critical in the effective SEO promotion sense. I would like to emphasize that there are very flexible and powerful ways to configure metadata in Next.js. We will see how to do this. And finally, next steps. I will provide you with useful Next.js links, documentation links, templates of Next.js, and Next.js repository. From the pure practical point of view, you'll get finally a good starting template for a point of sales accounting or online store with proper user authentication and implemented ability to monitor statistics, search, create, update, and delete client invoices with a connection to a local Postgres DB. So let's probably now look how it is already implemented to understand the final application that you will have, you will build yourself after this 17th steps of Next.js basics training. Let's go. Okay, colleagues and friends. So what we need to do first is starting the backend, and the backend is our local Postgres database. You can see customers, invoices, revenues, user, and users tables that were created and be used by the application. Okay, the next step, which I already made for you, you need to change to the project folder, which is DMC Club, and start the development server by running npm run dev command. I did it for you, and you see that everything is already here on localhost 3000. Let's see. So this is the first page, the main page of the application, strictly the first page, the starting page, because okay, that's button bag. because the main page is actually protected with authentication. So let's first log in with my credentials. You can add your own credential, of course. Okay. So that's the main page. And as I promised, we can see the latest invoices and the invoice statistics over the 12 months. Then let's change to invoices. We see the latest invoices again. Let's probably create a new one. Let's make first some erroneous, awkward, something wrong. So let's just create an invoice. And you see how server actions and form validation works. So we should select customer. We should enter an amount greater than 0. And we should set the invoice status. Let's follow these instructions. Let's select, say, Orban. Let's say he paid us 27 bucks. And let it be pending for now. Finally create invoice. Okay, that's the invoice. Here it is. Let's now probably edit it a bit, correct it. Let's change to Amy Burns. Let's again add some stupid 127 minus 127 bucks. And let's say that's paid. That shouldn't be right. Yeah. And you see that missing fields failed to update invoice. That's related to this. We need to add a proper amount first. So everything's under control. A big brother is watching you. Okay. Let it be paid by Amy. Yeah, and that's our changed invoice. Let's now try to search this this amount, our invoices of Amy. Okay, that's her invoices. Let's try to search a bit another way, like burn or burns.com, burns.com again. Let's see if there are there exist amounts of 127 bucks. Yes, there are 3 of them. And let's probably delete this invoice finally, because it's already paid. We put it in our workbook. It's accounted, and okay, say we don't need anymore. Okay, it disappeared. And now let's see the final things. Let's clear search criteria and see the pagination. So there are all the data block is divided properly into 24 pages. We can see the last one. We can see the second one. We can see the first one. Okay, so that's it. I guess at the moment we can close the application. It works. It's rather simple, but as you can see, it provides authentication, it provides search and pagination. It provides all the protected operations, CRUD operations. Strictly speaking, retrieving is not protected, but create, update, delete is protected with server actions mechanism. So let's now sign out, and close the story and get back to final steps of our presentation. Thus, you have a review of 17 steps, and you saw the real result of these 17 steps. You know the advanced topics to be covered after that. Thus, just see you at the next session, which will be getting started. We will try to launch the very first Hello World application, and this will be the template for the next 17 steps. As always, you can see the presentation here. You can download it here, from here. Besides, I'm planning to upload this training applications, as well as lesson by lesson progress applications that we will be doing with to GitHub, and will provide you with a proper link soon. So thank you for your attention, and again, see you on the first session, the first Next.js Hello World session. See you, and thank you for your attention.